Cleveland Cooks is back in the Western Reserve Area Agency on Aging's Kitchen, and we have teamed up with the Ohio Pork Council. We are doing all kinds of awesome tailgate and easy weeknight meals with Chef Chris here.
That's right.
And what are we working on today?
We are making some pork meatballs.
Pork meatballs. Meatballs are a hit for families, for kids. They're easy to do, they're easy to eat.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, one of the nice things about these is you can make them ahead of time. You can freeze them, you can then take them tailgating, you can heat them back up, make sandwiches, put them in a crock pot. I mean, they're so versatile. They go great on sandwiches with spaghetti, or you can just grab a plate and eat them.
That's true. You can do all of these things.
Hot or cold.
And I love the affordability of ground pork too. When you're talking about feeding a crowd, tailgating can be expensive if you have a handful of people or more at your spot. Families are trying to do whatever they can to make sure that you are feeding your family well, but can still meet that budget. And a ground pork meatball is exactly what the doctor ordered here.
That's right.
Okay, so what do we start with, Chris?
So this is a really simple recipe. You just combine things and turn them into balls and cook them. So we're going to start off with about 1.5 pounds of ground pork.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is take these breadcrumbs here and add some milk to them first, and let the breadcrumbs absorb the milk.
Okay, so the milk goes right into the breadcrumbs.
Right into the breadcrumbs.
Oh, I've never done it this way. Why do you do it this way, Chris?
Well, so it'll quickly turn into porridge, but then it'll turn into cement. So you want to use it pretty fast.
Okay.
But what this does is it helps more combine into the meat easier.
Ah.
All right, so it's more consistent.
Okay.
And what these...
Put it in?
Go ahead and add it right in there.
Okay.
What the breadcrumbs will do will soak in the fats and the juices from the pork as it cooks and give you juicy balls.
Nice, I love it. All right.
All right, so now we're going to add in a couple of eggs here. All right, and go ahead and add in our onion there.
All of it?
Go ahead and add it all.
Okay.
Go big.
Go big.
Right?
It'll cook down, right?
It sure will.
Okay.
It'll add some sweetness to it. And we got a bunch of parsley. Go ahead and add that in.
Okay.
And of course, everything's better with cheese, so we got some Parmesan, right? We're gonna add that right into our mix here. And then our seasoning blend, right? We got some Italian seasoning, some red pepper flakes, salt, pepper, garlic, right? And now we're ready to just mix this up.
You don't want to overmix it though, right?
Well, in this case you do. You're fine.
Oh,
you want to thoroughly incorporate it because it's not going to make it too dense. We're making smaller meatballs, so it's okay.
All right, that's different.
So in this case it's fine. So we're just going to get our hands dirty. So, right?
You know that's how I made him get his hands dirty.
That's right.
Not me.
I'm doing all the hard work.
All right,
here
so these are going to be kind of smaller, more like ping pong ball size or
about the size of a golf ball.
Okay, golf
We're
ball.
going 1.5 inch diameter.
Okay.
I think that's the right size. It's not too small, it's not too big.
Right. And that depends on, depending on the size of the meatball that you're making, how you cook it. Like, do you pan fry it? Do you bake it? Do you braise it? Do you, in a sauce? Like that kind of thing. These will cook a little quicker too.
These will cook very quickly. So we're just going to put them on a baking sheet, and we're going to go right into a 375-degree oven, maybe up to 400 degrees.
Okay.
And it's going to cook in about 25 minutes.
So, all right, these you can eat by themselves. Would you do a sauce with them? Would you do, what would you do exactly? They're kind of like a blank slate?
Yes, I mean, they go great on anything. I mean, I've had them cold, hot, just on a plate alone, in spaghetti, on a sandwich.
Yum.
These are good for all occasions.
Yeah.
And they have a great texture to them. They're light and fluffy, but they're not spongy like those ones you get from the store.
Yes.
You don't want that.
Why? They're spongy because there's too much breadcrumb in them, right?
It's
not
too
enough
much,
of the good stuff.
Too
the
much
pork.
filler.
Yes.
This is pork.
Right. You want more pork, less filler, and that's what you're going to get that real meaty, tender texture, not the spongy like you had said.
That's right.
So let me see your technique here.
All right, so now, I mean, I'm used to doing this.
I've made a lot of meatballs in my day, trust me.
Well, you just grab 3 fingers of meat over here.
Okay.
And we're just gonna roll it into our hand. And we got a perfect, about golf ball size meatball. And we're just gonna keep going until these are ready to go in the oven.
Easy peasy. Okay, Chris, these smell really good.
They do, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
This whole kitchen smells fantastic.
Look at those. Nice and golden brown on the outside. That is
yeah.
exactly what you want, isn't it?
That's perfect. And it only took about 25 minutes.
Okay. And those
come
are
on.
nice size. They really are.
They're very filling too, but they're not super dense. The breadcrumbs that we used and introduced the cream into them changes everything.
It really
does. The texture
does.
is just phenomenal.
Ooh, look at that.
Right?
Yes. All right, let's put a pile of these on here.
Yeah, let's go for it, huh?
That cheese is probably some of the reason it has that little bit of a crust to it, right?
Sure, absolutely. Some of the breadcrumbs in there, and you know, it all just starts to caramelize. And really what that means is it's just extra added flavor. When you get that beautiful color.
And these are pure pork meatballs. There are some people that do, you know, a beef and pork blend. There's some that do beef, pork, and veal. I do like a purely pork meatball. I mean, it's nice and tender.
I was always a half beef, half pork guy until I went full pork.
You don't go back.
It changed my, once you go full pork, you don't go back. It changed my entire perspective on it.
Why?
Because the texture is so much better. It's just lighter, but it's not spongy. I mean, when you try it, the proof is in the pudding. These really are fantastic, and they're my favorite way to make meatballs. Let me look at those. We got Meatball Mountain going on.
Meatball Mountain,
There you
I love
go.
it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
That'll feed a crowd.
Yeah, or me.
All right, are these good enough to try? Cool enough to try?
Oh, yeah. I believe in you, come on.
Okay, small bite, these are really steamy.
Right?
It's a really nice savory
Yes.
to it. That seasoning that you have in there, I love it. I think you could really make this very versatile with different sauces and different applications.
Make those ahead of time, cook them in some sauce, put them in a sandwich.
Boom.
I mean, we got a game changer. That's actually usually how I do it.
Yeah.
Just toast up some a baguette and sauce up the balls and put them on there.
I love it. All right, and this recipe can be found at ohpork.org. Thank you so much.
Thank you.